Welcome back. In video 1, we uncovered the core truth behind trauma. It's not just a mental or emotional issue. It's a full-body survival response that can trap the nervous system in a constant state of fight, flight, or freeze. We explored how trauma rewires the brain and why many people stay stuck in stress long after the danger is gone. In video 2, we looked at how trauma shows up in everyday life, disrupting memory, triggering physical symptoms like chronic pain or dissociation, and keeping the body on high alert, even in safe environments. Now, in video 3, we turn to the impact trauma has on relationships, why connection can feel unsafe, how shame drives isolation, and how survivors can begin to rebuild trust, safety, and a sense of self. If you've struggled to feel close to others, or even to yourself, this video will help you understand why and what healing might look like. Why do so many trauma survivors struggle in relationships, even with people they love and trust? It's not because they're too sensitive or too damaged. It's because trauma changes how the brain reads safety, trust, and even eye contact. What should feel comforting can feel threatening. In this final part of the series, we'll explore how trauma reshapes the way people connect and what healing requires at the relational level. Why trust feels unsafe. For someone who's experienced trauma, connection often becomes a double-edged sword. If the trauma involved betrayal, violence, or abandonment, especially from someone close, the brain learns to equate closeness with danger. Even simple acts of intimacy, like a hug or direct eye contact, can trigger the nervous system into shutdown or panic. This is especially true for people who experience childhood trauma. Many grow up learning that they can't rely on others, and they carry that survival pattern into adulthood. It's not that they don't want connection. It's that their body no longer knows how to feel safe in it. What the research shows, one of the studies cited in The Body Keeps the Score involved brain scans of people during eye contact. In people without trauma, looking into someone's eyes activated the prefrontal cortex, the brain center for curiosity, empathy, and logic. One of the studies cited in The Body Keeps the Score involved brain scans of people during eye contact. In people without trauma, looking into someone's eyes activated the prefrontal cortex, the brain center for curiosity, empathy, and logic. In other words, instead of feeling interest or connection, the brain prepares to protect. When shame blocks belonging, this fear response often gets misinterpreted by others and by the survivor. They may wonder, why can't I relax around people? Why do I always expect to get hurt? Am I just broken? But it's not brokenness, it's biology. The body's just doing a job, scanning for patterns that once meant pain. Unfortunately, this can lead to shame. And shame is isolating. As van der Kolk puts it, shame is one of the most powerful blockers of healing. It convinces people to stay silent, to pretend they're okay, or to withdraw entirely, even when they're desperate for support. The hidden impact on life. This disconnection doesn't just affect romantic relationships. It can show up in work, fear of being judged, seen as incompetent or rejected. Friendships, avoiding vulnerability or conflict, parenting, reactivity or emotional shutdown with children, finances, difficulty holding jobs or managing responsibilities due to chronic stress. And because these patterns often begin in childhood, many survivors didn't outgrow them, they just got better at hiding them, but hidden pain doesn't heal. It festers. That's why understanding how trauma alters the brain's social wiring is so critical. You can't fix what you think is just a personal flaw, but once you see it as a pattern, a survivor's adaptation, you can start to change it. A way forward, rebuilding connection safely. Healing from trauma doesn't mean going back to how things were. It means building a new sense of safety, sometimes for the first time ever. This starts with gentle, safe experiences of connection, a therapist who listens without judgment, a friend who stays present during hard moments, a breathing practice that teaches your nervous system it's okay to be still, small moments of attunement with a pet, a child, or yourself. These may seem small, but for a traumatized brain, they're huge. The key is not forcing connection, it's rebuilding trust, slowly on the body's terms. You deserve to feel safe again. If any of this sounds familiar, if you felt broken, misunderstood, or just tired of feeling disconnected, you're not alone, and you're not beyond healing. Trauma doesn't have to be your forever story, but it does require a path that honors both your body and your story. Over the last 3 videos, we've explored how trauma isn't just something that happens to you, it's something that lives on in your body and nervous system. In video 1, we broke down the signs of trauma, how it hijacks the brain's survival response and keeps people stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or shut down, often without them even realizing it. In video 2, we looked at how trauma distorts memory, triggers physical symptoms like chronic pain, numbness, or fatigue, and keeps the body locked in stress mode long after the danger has passed. And in this final video, we explored how trauma affects relationships, why connection can feel unsafe, how shame deepens disconnection, and how healing starts with rebuilding safety one small step at a time. If any of this resonated with you, just know you're not alone. Healing is possible, and it starts with understanding what's really happening inside your body. That's why we created a free trauma healing workbook to help you take the next step. It's gentle, practical, and built around the exact insights we've covered in this series. You can download it using the link in the description. This is your first step toward feeling safe, connected, and whole again. Download it using the link in the description. And if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, make sure to go back and watch them. To really get the most out of this series, take a moment to pause and reflect. These questions are here to help you retain what you've learned and begin applying it to your own healing journey. There's no right or wrong answer, just be honest with yourself. How has trauma impacted your ability to feel safe, connected, or trusting in relationships, whether with others or yourself? What's one relationship in your life, past or present, where you notice patterns of disconnection, and what might healing look like there?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.